It's only the things we make and create, the physical things that we make don't matter. The things that we do and how we treat each other, those are the things that matter. Because take a look, cars are being thrown away by the millions.
Getting ready to cause some harm our way, I think. I like.
Well, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Yes, indeed. It's diffuse sun outside, which doesn't mean much weather-wise. Yesterday, for the first half of the day, it was a very bright, diffuse sun, and it was also raining most of the day. So, who knows what it's going to be like. But spent the first half of the day yesterday raining, and then the second half of the day was nice. I went out on my nightly walkies just wearing a shirt and undershirt like this with my backpack, and it was very nice. A little bit chill, but I prefer chill. I don't do well in heat. Even comfortable heat that's not bad I don't function as well as when I'm cold. So I actually prefer to be cold. I do better, even though it's not as nice. Yay. And of course, front loading of videos. Hey, if you could toss me a like, that'd be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, if you haven't, that'd be a definite thumbs up. If you could leave me a comment, engage with the YouTube algorithms, that would be very awesome. And of course, I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These literally beautiful and literally awesome people are literally beautiful and literally awesome. My disability does not keep up with the cost of living, and without these people, I and my pets, right now, my kitty cat and my hamster Ghost, would not be doing well without this help. And if you'd like to help me out, I do have the links for my Patreon in the video description, wherever that happens to be. Front loading of videos over. Thumbs up, thank you, YouTube. Yeah, I haven't done much in the past couple days. Yeah, that pretty much fits. In the past couple days, especially yesterday. So, joy on that. I mean, part of it was I've been recovering from my shots, because this part of my arm is still a little bit sore from getting my booster. So, yay. But past that, I've also just been not able to really focus. And so I've been playing what I can, listening what music I can, trying to do what I can, and just trying to survive and then be as creative as possible with my thoughts, because I still have the whole inside-outside Razor's Edge project that I'm going to be pulling together. I want to talk about that part later. Right now, I just want to first talk about life. Oh boy, too, because around town, I really need to drag my camera out and go out on an earlier walkies. More buildings that are they're doing some good work on some of the buildings and such in town. So they're doing new construction. There's kind of a strip mall at the top end. Well, it's the bottom end of downtown Shelton, near southern Shelton. And it used to have a pizza place in it, and it's got this Hispanic type strip mall type theme in it, where it has a restaurant, and then there's a big shop. And it's gotten bigger and bigger, and it's been taking over more and more of the strip mall, which is cool. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. And then the pizza place went out, and then it's been just empty for ages. It's been blocked off. They've done a lot of work. It doesn't look like a place that was even slightly pizza-like anymore on the inside. I mean, they tore out the inside and put up a new inside on the inside of that part. What's going in there? Don't know. Could it be that it's going to be like a whole strip mall of just this one area? I think that'd be cool. So we'll find out. But there's stuff like that happening, and there is new growth and new building in town, so it's not all bad. But there's always more places that are being abandoned. And the one thing that really made me sad, we've had a lot of new growth of shops that are going to open up, but then don't open up. And one, it was really sad and depressing, because it has been saying opening soon on the windows, and you could see the stuff inside. And then a week ago, I was walking by, and the people were sitting dejected on a table, and this one woman was stroking this guy's back, and they were just looking sad. And there was a U-Haul outside, and over the next couple days, they were just dragging the stuff from inside out to the U-Haul. Now there's just paper over the inside. They never even had a chance to open it up. There's been a lot of that. very depressing. But going into business is, excuse me, going into business for yourself is a risk. And there's no guarantees you're even going to be able to open, let alone stay open. The most important thing to do, of course, is if you're going to open up a business, you need to incorporate so that you get your loans under your business. So if your business fails, you aren't screwed. You attach them to you in your name, your business fails, you're stuck with stuff personally. If you put it all into the business fails, that can at least, there's some write-offs and such that you're not just gonna sink. So hopefully they did it all right. But it's shut down. And there's a little delicatessen. There's a little Italian place that was going to open up, and no, it's not going to. They had the bad luck of just getting things together, and then COVID shutdowns, which I got to go through and edit out that word now. So yay, at the 5-minute and change mark. I get so few people watching my stuff as it is. I don't want to cripple my things by getting them demonetized. Because for the second time now, I have had another video on my channel deleted. I got the news just this morning for violating community guidelines that didn't exist when I put it up back then. It was a reacting to something channel, try not to laugh thing. And it got taken down, and they said, well, we're not going to give you a strike for it, so don't worry, but we have deleted it. No idea what was on it. No idea what could have offended them. None. But thank goodness they didn't strike me for it. But that's 2 of them deleted for violating community guidelines when they weren't community guidelines back then. So, joy on that. Still, life is life. And let me take a look down on here. Oh yes, here's another big thing. For whatever reason, I wanted to talk about this one because it was a huge break inside of my head that allowed me to realize things, and I became a lot happier with such. Like, with all of these people that are grifting online, with the whole outrage stuff. It's, Star Wars was good until this happened, and then they talk about the stuff that they don't like. If we take out the part where they're grifting and just put it, and we take that out and we put it as honest stuff where they're mad and they're angry, take out the grifting and just for the sake of argument suggest that they're being honest. I decided some time ago to look at it this way, and it's true and it will help you. When I like something, that only means I like it. That doesn't mean it's good. That just means I like it. I like some stuff that is objectively terrible. There are some video games I love so dearly, and they are wretched. They are just terrible. There are movies that I love and adore that are just abysmal. They're the worst movies ever. So I will enjoy stuff that is just terrible. But at the same time, trying to remember, yes, just because I like something doesn't mean it's good. And that's the example. Like the movie Plan 9 from Outer Space, not good. But still so many people like it. Conversely, just because I dislike something doesn't mean it's bad. That just means I don't like it. If you don't like something, it could be that it's just you don't like it. It could also be that you're not the target demographic. You're not the target they're shooting for. So if you don't like it and you go online to complain and make a loud noise about how they failed and it's bad because it didn't please you, that can be seen by the marketing department as success because you weren't the target. And the fact that you're complaining shows that their marketing worked. So just because you dislike something doesn't mean it's bad. And this is something that's hard to get over. Our egos are tough with that because you get emotionally invested in liking or disliking something, but you got to be able to step back. Just because you dislike it doesn't mean it's bad. That just means you dislike it. Just because you like something doesn't mean it's good. It just means you like it. And once you realize that that is a change, that narrative change in your head, it makes things in the world just a lot easier. There's a lot less stress. And that's one of the reasons that I am a positive nihilist, with my views that nothing matters. Because it makes life for me a lot less stressful. I mean, on the one hand, it is completely 100% true. Nothing matters. We're all going to die. Nothing is permanent. In time, our civilization will be gone. All life on the planet will be gone. Our planet will be gone. Our sun will be gone. Our galaxy will fade. Everything in the universe will be cold and dark. Nothing matters. But at the same time, that's just one viewpoint on it. And even when I say nothing matters, I don't mean nothing matters. It's only the things we make and create, the physical things that we make don't matter. The things that we do and how we treat each other, those are the things that matter. Because take a look, cars are being thrown away by the millions. What do cars mean aside from just transportation? So many people make it a part of their status and their lives, but what is it? It's just a thing to get around. It's just a thing. It doesn't matter. But if you take a look at things like, history and how history, and we've treated each other, there are still people hundreds of years later that are suffering from decisions made that affected people hundreds of years ago. These are the things that matter, how we treat each other. The things we make, well, once again, look upon my kingdom, O King of Kings. Look upon my works, ye mighty in despair, and yet all around is just sand. Time destroys all. The things we make mean nothing. And that's why I'm a positive nihilist, because you look at it that way, there's a lot less stress. Just treat each other nicely. Try to break chains of abuse. Try to make it so that the next generation of people have it better. Thumbs up for that. And taking a look onto the side here, I do want to talk about some stuff, but also, creative stuff. I will just talk about this for a bit. I really like thinking about and going on about and following my creativity on the Department of Government. There we are, services. I love my brain. I've been spending a lot of time thinking about that because it's still a part of the whole inside-outside razor's edge setting. It's just a much stronger focus on one of the cryptid parts of the cryptid portion of it. But at the same time, I am still trying to pull together the focus on the project. I have talked about how it being a slice of life thing all the way through for 1 year of stuff happening, so it doesn't have to have any sort of narrative thread other than this is just life on the razor's edge. But there are times when a solid narrative thread is going to help. Like, I want to have chapter 2 start when the kaiju is unfolding and going down into the city, and then the gas mains start exploding and the city goes dark. Cut to someone on the inside. This one woman who's calling up her friend who lives in Apple Rock. She lives in Brookerton, South Carolina, and she's just, after she discovered she had the site, she traveled through the door, she made friends with people on the razor's edge, but she still likes living out here on the outside. But she's made friends, and so she works the evening shift, she gets back around midnight-ish, and she's just gotten into the habit of calling up her friend on the phone and just yakking for an hour or some because her friend in Apple Rock has on roughly the same schedule. And they're just yakking and talking until 1 o'clock, they're just talking, and then suddenly on the little video feed, it just flares bright and then gone. All connections cut. That's when the gas mains go. And then we cut to the person in Apple Rock when everything goes bright, and then bam, when the shockwave hits and all the windows blow in. Luckily, she doesn't get hurt, but there are a lot of people that are badly injured by flying glass throughout the entire city when these gas mains start blowing, and the kaiju starts wandering through town. the tales of horror that are going to be spoken of. I still, just to show how much the kaiju hates humanity, that I still like this one. I'm going to try and talk about it quick, but it's, a guy and his family at the front of a crowd of about 1,000 people being herded into a place where they can't get away. And then when they realize they're stuck, that's when the kaiju starts eating from the back and working toward the guy in the front, until finally, in a field of just splashed fluids and nothing left but 2 handfuls of human beings and this guy cowering on the ground, when it just gets in close and slowly shoves a handful of strangers into its mouth, and they're gone. And then his family and friends slowly shoved in, and then just a slow squeeze, the teeth coming down, screaming, fluids overflowing the lips and splashing onto this guy, until his family is, well, there's no longer any noise, and then and they're gone. And it just stares him in the eye, and then turns and walks away. There are about 6 or so people throughout the entirety of Apple Rock where, the kaiju doesn't eat them. It just tortures them. But they lived at the very least. And of course, I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. There's never many anymore, but anything more than 0 is awesome. Thank you. If I mispronounce a username, well, I am an American English speaker, and even though I count an American Sign Language, well, with my depression, fibro, where I am on the autism spectrum, my own particular personalized spectrum, just as every single person who is autistic is. There's only so much I can do. But we have Jesse Koskinen, always good to see you on the comments, and thank you. We have Rockman's 1994, thumbs up. There is Stephen Blanchard, greatly appreciated. There's Confused Owl 29. Except that the back rooms are mostly abandoned and filled with monsters, and the department isn't. It may seem to be abandoned at times, but if you try to rest because you're exhausted, someone will come along to roust you just as you're almost falling asleep. It's not a nice place. There is Fnordatha, thumbs up and thank you, and Yusumi Anthael, YUSOMIANTHAEL, thumbs up and thank you very much. Ben B, greatly appreciated. JAYY, thumbs up, and I sure hope you get to see your kitty cat soon. And that is it. 8 people have left me comments in the past 24 hours to get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, if only for a short time and if only in text. Thumbs up for that. And of course, with my hands in the air. Don't know what device you're watching this on, don't know where the show more video description is, but inside of that I have links to all of my various channels, as well as my Twitter, my Facebook, my Patreon. And again, I do wish to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These people are literally beautiful and literally awesome. My disability is growing at like 1% a year, while inflation is going up a whole lot faster than that. I'm seeing stuff on the shelves in the stores that are twice what I was paying just 2 years ago. So joy on that. If you could help out, that would be very awesome. If you'd like to help out without becoming a patron, I do have a PayPal link down below. And if you'd like to help out without sending any money at all, I do have an Amazon wishlist link with stuff like cat food on it. And my kitty cat deserves to eat. I have no money. I have no money that I can spend for food on food stamps, and I am going to be negative in my checking. I have no money, and my kitty cat needs to eat. If you could help me out, please. And of course, how do I do this? If you cannot donate or you do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence, and if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very cool. Definitely a thumbs up on that. I can't even remember how my normal spiels for everything go. Oh, I love my brain. Hopefully I'm not dying. Anyway, though, I'm going to try and do the things that I have to do. I still have to make some phone calls that I have not been able to make, so hopefully I can get that done. And hopefully you can get done the things that you need to get done. And if you can't, don't beat yourself up. It's only life. With the Covfefe bug still a raging, please get boosted, get vaxxed, take your precautions, be smart. People are still getting sick. It's not gone. So please be careful. And so, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. Ouch. I will see you on the flip side. Hit my hand on my chair there. I will see you on the flip side, and that is, in fact, a very good thing. Definitely a thumbs up on that.